Here we are at Everest ER. It's the highest emergency room in the world, situated at Everest Base Camp.
Mount Everest, the world's highest peak and the dream of thousands every year. But behind the glory and Instagram-worthy summit, selfies lies a brutal, heartbreaking reality. Climbers are dying, and the truth is, no one is really stopping it. In just a matter of days, 2 climbers, part of the same expedition, died in Everest's infamous death zone. One was descending from the summit. The other, barely alive by the time he reached Camp 4, never made it down. Their chances of survival depended entirely on one thing: preparation, experience, and the people they trusted to bring them back home. But in many cases, that trust is being put in the wrong hands. This is not just a tragic story, it's a chilling look into a broken system, one that's costing lives on the roof of the world. The death zone, where survival isn't guaranteed. At altitudes above 8,000 meters, the human body is dying. This region, ominously called the death zone, is not meant for life. Every step is a fight against time, oxygen, and the body's own failing functions. It's here where climbers rely not only on their own strength, but also on their guides. The Sherpas, the support crew, the expedition leaders. These people are the lifeline. But what happens when even they are under-equipped, under-trained, or pushed beyond their limits? That's where the real danger begins. Inexperienced guides, low-budget companies, and fatal promises. On the Nepal side of Everest, more than 44 expedition companies are currently operating. And while some are highly reputable, others are hanging on by a financial thread. Many are underfunded, operating on slim budgets and willing to take anyone who can pay. And within these companies are some high-altitude guides who are very young, sometimes shockingly inexperienced. Without proper backup, infrastructure, or safety nets, they're leading clients up one of the deadliest mountains on Earth with little more than hope that nothing will go wrong. But things are going wrong right now, this season. Some companies don't even have the manpower or experience to help their climbers in an emergency, even if they wanted to. The scary part is that some climbers don't even know how inexperienced their guides are until it's too late. There have been reports of guides who have never summited Everest themselves, leading people into the death zone. It's not just reckless, it's dangerous. Some of these outfits cut corners on oxygen supplies, leave out acclimatization rotations, and skip safety briefings entirely. When an emergency happens, there's no coordination, no rescue plan, no backup team. It's survival of the fittest, and most clients aren't fit for those odds. These companies market the dream but deliver a death trap. The tragedy of Snowy Horizon treks. Within a span of just 24 hours, 2 climbers died under the same expedition operator, Snowy Horizon Treks. The first was Philip Santiago II from the Philippines. He arrived at Camp 4 late, completely exhausted. That high up, even sleeping can be dangerous. He never woke up, and then, barely a day later, a climber from West Bengal, India, also part of the same company, died on his descent. His young Sherpa tried everything to get him moving, pulling him down through the night. But the man eventually refused to go any further. At the Hillary Step, a treacherous spot near the summit, he sat down and never stood back up. The Sherpa stayed with him through the cold, dark hours until he passed away. It was only with help from others on the mountain that the Sherpa himself was rescued and brought back safely to Camp 4. These are not stories of poor planning or climbers pushing too hard. These are stories of people who paid for help and still died because help wasn't enough. The silent tragedies at base camp. While most eyes are on the summit and death zone, tragedy is unfolding quietly even at base camp. 2 individuals, also Sherpas, were recently flown to Kathmandu from base camp. Both died shortly after arrival. The likely causes: pulmonary or cerebral edema, both deadly conditions caused by high altitude. What's deeply concerning is the mystery surrounding their deaths. Almost no official information has been released, and when that happens, it usually signals something more troubling. One possibility is that they were flown in too fast, possibly from lower altitude straight to base camp. In other words, they may not have had time to properly acclimatize. These kinds of mistakes are rarely made by reputable companies, but for low-budget operators needing manpower, rushing people to altitude without proper preparation is a risk they're willing to take. And when that gamble fails, it's families back home who suffer. Breadwinners gone, futures shattered, all because of a decision made in haste, often for profit. An uncertain window, a dangerous rush. Right now, hundreds of climbers are preparing for Everest's main summit push. But the weather window, it's razor thin, and the jet stream, the monster wind current that can make or break a climb, is sitting right above the summit. Climbers like Adrian Ballinger are choosing to wait. He's holding off until a safer window opens in the mid-20s of May. He's voiced serious concerns about how quickly the wind could shift. A 20 to 30 miles per hour breeze could turn into an 80 miles per hour killer gust in minutes. That's why this upcoming summit wave could be a disaster waiting to happen. But for many climbers, some who've spent years and fortunes chasing this dream, waiting isn't an option. And for low-budget operators, turning back might mean refunding money. So they push forward, even when they know it might be deadly. Helicopter rescues, life hanging on a line. In one of the most dramatic scenes this season, a climber was airlifted out of Camp 3, a spot so perilous that even helicopters struggle to navigate it. Footage showed a long-line rescue, with the climber dangling beneath the aircraft, alive but barely. That person was lucky, very lucky. The Himalayan Rescue Association, Everest ER, provided immediate medical care. Pulmonary edema had set in, but thanks to quick action, the climber is expected to recover. These rescues are becoming more common, and they're saving lives. But they also highlight a deeper issue. Climbers are going higher, faster, and often unprepared. And when it fails, only the most experienced pilots and medics can save them. Helicopter rescues at high altitudes are incredibly risky, not just for the person being saved, but for the crew on board. The thin air drastically reduces lift, and one wrong move could send the chopper into a spin. Pilots attempting these missions are specially trained, but even then, it's far from routine. Many don't realize that above a certain height, there are no guarantees. Communication gets patchy, oxygen levels plummet, and weather can change in seconds. In some cases, climbers have to be stabilized before even being attached to the line, which means rescuers risk their lives just reaching them. The emotional toll is heavy too. Every mission carries the weight of someone's survival hanging by a literal thread. The fact that these kinds of rescues are increasing says a lot about the growing number of climbers taking risks beyond their ability. Everest isn't just a climb anymore. It's becoming a battleground between ambition and reality. And for those who think a helicopter is the backup plan, the truth is sobering. Rescue is never guaranteed. The north side, a stricter gatekeeper. On the Tibetan side of Everest, things are different. Only about 70 climbers are attempting the summit this year, along with just over 100 Sherpas and guides. That's because the Chinese Tibetan Mountaineering Association enforces strict rules. Climbers must prove experience on a 7,000 or 8,000 meter peak before even getting a permit. It's a quieter, more controlled environment and far fewer fatalities. Contrast that with Nepal, where permits can be purchased with little more than cash and confidence. Regulation is minimal, and many companies take on clients far beyond their capabilities. It's an open invitation to disaster, the rise of ultra-endurance climbers. Not every story is dark. One British military veteran, Mitch Hutchcraft, has just completed what's being called the longest ascent of Everest. He swam across the English Channel, biked, and ran over 12,000 kilometers to Everest, and then climbed it. He's safely back down now, having completed a journey few would even dream of attempting. His story stands in stark contrast to many this season. His climb was carefully planned with clear acclimatization, support, and mental preparedness. For every tragedy, there are a few like this, where Everest becomes a symbol of endurance, not ego. Xenon gas, the new climbing controversy. There's a new experiment underway on the north side, a team using xenon gas, a compound that boosts EPO production in the body, mimicking high-altitude training. This team aims to summit Everest and return to the UK, all within 7 days. It's controversial. In sanctioned sports, xenon is considered a performance enhancer, but on Everest, where oxygen itself is already seen by some as cheating, the lines are blurrier. Each treatment reportedly costs $5,000 and replaces the need for traditional acclimatization. The team's been sleeping in altitude simulation tents and is betting everything on technology. But the mountain doesn't care about technology. If weather turns or someone gets stuck in the death zone, there's no shortcut around the risks. Still, this experiment could shape future expeditions, at least for those who can afford it. Each climber's bill, around $150,000. This isn't just about innovation, it's about pushing the limits of what's possible, and maybe even what's ethical. The team claims it's the future of fast ascents, but critics argue it bypasses the very soul of mountaineering. There's something sacred about the slow, painful grind to the top, something that can't be replicated in a lab. Some veteran climbers worry this could open the door to more commercialization, more tech-reliant thrill seekers who treat Everest like a weekend race. And what happens when others start copying it, without the same medical backing or safety precautions? That could spell disaster. On Everest, shortcuts rarely end well. The altitude isn't just a number, it's a constant threat that demands respect. Whether xenon will rewrite the Everest playbook or be remembered as a failed stunt remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, all eyes are now on this mission. And up there at 8,000 meters, it's not just about innovation, it's about survival. The ethics of commercial climbing. So here's the big question. Should anyone with money be allowed to climb Everest? It's easy to say yes. It's a free world. But when unprepared climbers put themselves and others in danger, when inexperienced guides are pushed into life or death situations, and when families are left grieving because of avoidable errors, maybe it's time to rethink that freedom. On Denali in the US, every climber is required to watch a film about the dangers of the mountain. It's not enough to stop them, but at least they're informed. Shouldn't Everest have something like that? At the very least, climbers should know what they're walking into, and the companies taking them up should be held accountable when things go wrong. The mountain has always been dangerous, that will never change. But the way Everest is being climbed today, that's a man-made disaster unfolding in slow motion. From unregulated companies and inexperienced guides to wealthy thrill seekers buying their way into the death zone, the system is broken, and climbers are paying the price. Everest isn't killing people. Greed, ego, and ignorance are. Until real regulation comes in, until climbers take responsibility, until lives are valued over summit photos, this cycle of death will keep repeating, season after season. If this story moved you, share this video. Raise awareness about what's happening on the world's tallest mountain. And if you're planning a climb yourself, do the homework, pick the right team, and respect the mountain. To stay informed with more in-depth Everest coverage, real stories, and expert insights, make sure to hit subscribe, tap the bell, and check out our exclusive content. This community is growing fast, and it's built on one mission: telling the truth behind the world's most extreme adventures. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay smart, and see you in the next one.